If anyone serves me a cheesecake for dessert, I'm a happy lady, and this one is extra special because it's full of delicious raspberries. Now, when I have a lot of people coming over, this is my go-to dessert because you can make it ahead of time, pop it in the freezer, and it's ready to go. So we'll start with our gorgeous, plump, fresh raspberries for this. I'll place them into a bowl. You want 2 punnets, so about 250 grams of fresh raspberries. And I'm going to crush them and macerate them with some sugar. So a sprinkling of caster sugar, and just with a fork, we're going to break them up. And as you just let that sit there for about 5 to 10 minutes, you'll see a lot of the liquid come out of it, and it allows us to have a more concentrated raspberry flavour. I'm happy with that. We'll just pop that to one side while we get onto the biscuit base. So in a food processor, I'm going to add some ginger nut biscuits. So we'll just break these biscuits up. Most of them, some of them can stay whole. And I'm going to pulse this until it forms a fine crumb. Okay, lid on. Looking fantastic. So now it's time to moisten this with some butter. So just some melted butter. We don't need too much, about 125 grams. And that's unsalted butter. Lid goes back on, and I'll pulse this until we have the consistency of wet sand. All right, that looks really good. So we'll take that blade out, shake that off. And now we're going to just place this into a 22 centimetre spring-form tin. And just take your time doing this. You really want it to be quite compact. So I'm just going to press down on it just with the back of a spoon until it's really, really compact. I'm also going to clean this out so we get onto the next stage of the cheesecake. Okay, the biscuit base is done, and I've just been whipping some crème fraiche. Now, I like the crème fraiche because it's got a light tangy flavour to it. And the reason I whisk it is so we get a lovely texture in our frozen cheesecake. So once we've got soft peaks, just like this, we'll just pop it to one side. Okay, for the rest of the filling, we've got some cream cheese. Now, always bring out the cream cheese about an hour or two, or until it's quite soft. This ensures we don't get any lumps in our mixture. So bring it out and it'll be nice and smooth. So back into that food processor, and we need to sweeten everything up. So some more caster sugar, pour that in, along with some lemon zest, the zest of 1 lemon, and a generous amount of vanilla bean paste. Want about 1 to 2 teaspoons. Okay, drizzle that in. It smells so good. The lid of the food processor goes back on, and I'll just blend this for a moment until it's really smooth and silky. All right. Happy with that, we can take it off the base, and now we want to mix this cream cheese mixture with our fluffy crème fraiche. So again, carefully take that blade out and just use a spatula to scrape off all that lovely cream cheese. Don't want to waste any of that. We'll scoop all of this glossy goodness straight over that crème fraiche. And this is where you want to be quite delicate and just fold the two together without over whisking it. We've made so much effort to whisk that so it's light and fluffy, so you want to keep it as aerated as possible. So just mix that, folding. Oh, I could just eat that. It looks so good, doesn't it? And I love those little speckles of vanilla bean. Now, it is a raspberry cheesecake after all, so have a look at our macerated raspberries here. See all that juicy goodness? That's because we've just allowed it to sit there for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to pour this into our crème fraiche and cream cheese mixture, and then we'll give it another little mix. I don't want to over mix it. I kind of like that swirled effect. It will bleed eventually into it though. Okay, very happy with that. So we'll grab our base, and I'll pour this mixture into a springform tin and spread that out so it's even. Some Glad wrap Just loosely cover it because we are putting it into the freezer. And I don't like that Glad wrap to touch the actual cheesecake, so just let it lightly cover it. And that goes into the freezer at least 6 hours, or just do it the day before. Okay, cheesecake is out of the freezer. We'll take the collar off and the baking paper. And look at that. See how easy this is to make. It is so easy and so impressive. Just carefully do this. And I'm going to serve this just on a cake stand. But this is where you want to be really careful because you don't want to break the base here from that biscuit base. So just lift it off carefully. Cake stand. And then we'll peel away that baking paper. Easy. To decorate this, there's a few options. If you wanted to go all out, you could make a raspberry coulis and you could just pour that over the top, or just keep it super simple, really showing off those gorgeous little jewels, fresh raspberries over the top. I just like to pile them in the middle. Oops, she got away. We'll just get them, pop them on top. And just because I've got another punnet here, we'll just pop them on top. Just be careful they don't go everywhere. There you have it. That is pretty as a picture, a true celebration of raspberries.